Everyone, just come into a quiet place. You can be in a cross-legged position, or like I said, sitting in a chair, fighting both of your sit bones. So try to find the parts of your bottom, your sit bones. There's two bones in the bottom of your, I guess your butt really is what we say, but your bottom. Shoulders are back and down, roll them back and down. If you had a shirt with a word on it or like an emblem, instead of being down here where you couldn't see it, you want to make sure you're rolling your shoulders back and down and you'll be able to see whatever your shirt said. So there's an important thing when I wear stuff like this, it's purposely with the neck one especially, I want to think about if any time this when starting to go lower, unless we meant to, you want to really think about lifting your chest up and sitting nice and tall, lengthening through the spine, lengthening through the body and the head, zipping yourself up through the navel and pulling yourself all the way to the top. Shoulders are back and down, dropping them away from your ears. So there's a lot of space here. Generally, we try to tension goes up. So we're going to start there. But what we're going to do is we're going to use this to our benefit. So I want you to lift your shoulders up to your ears with the breath. And on the exhale, release them down, opening the shoulder blades in the back. And lift. Try to literally make contact with your shoulders and ears if you can. Even have to lift them a little. It's kind of uncomfortable. And now release. Let's do a little bit of a roll out of the shoulders to roll them back. 1, 2, 3, and 4. And now let's roll to the front. 1, 2 little teeny tiny movements. 3, and 4. Now this time what I want you to do is please bring your shoulders up and we're going to hold. We're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Remember to breathe. 5, release lower back. 4, 3, 2, 1. And now release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Hands come to the floor. So now you're nice and tall, sitting up through, pushing through the fingertips gently. And we go again, this time lifting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Hold. 3 awesome deep breaths in through the nose and out through the nose. And now slowly release these shoulders all the way down to the floor, opening up your shoulder blades in the back. Take 10 seconds to get there wherever you need to. 5 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Wonderful. Let's start with our shoulder rolls back. And this time, can you take your neck along with your shoulder? Can you just look side to side? And then 2 more on each side. And now let's come to the center, all the way up, following your hand with your neck. And if you want to make this bigger, right, we always can. Start to scoop the air. 2 more. And hold. All right. Release those shoulders a little bit, shake yourself out. And now I want you to find a point that's right in front of you that you're looking towards me, but whether you're looking at me or something not moving. And we are going to take and close your eyes or leave them open, but with your nose, you're going to draw a little bit softer size plate. So about this big right now, okay? Or maybe like a globe ornament on your tree. We are going to start to make a little circle in the sky. For me, I find if I close my eyes, I can imagine my nose drawing that little saucer, a wide mason jar lid, a medium-sized ornament on your Christmas tree, maybe the top of a jar of pickles. Whatever you can see is about that size. Maybe a cookie. And now let's go the other way at that same size. We're not very big yet. We're just drawing those circles in the sky. Try to drive 5 total here. And now when I open my eyes, the last one, I'm going to think we're going to start to now go on that same idea, but we're going to make this plate more of like a medium-sized plate, so like a salad plate. So we're going to make it a little bit bigger, but we're drawing this, remember, with our nose. So we've got to go all the way down, 360, all the way down. Make sure during this move, you're releasing your shoulders. Sitting still is a move itself. It's not always easy to sit on those sit bones. And release. And now we're going to go the other way, drawing that salad plate in the sky, right in front of you. And hold. And now what do you think is coming next? I think you can guess. I'm going to do like a big, almost like dinner-sized plate, or even like a platter, but not too much that you're straining your neck. So I want to think about going all the way up and then coming all the way down. Please allow yourself the movement through the shoulders, through the back. You don't want to tip our head backwards, right? So we can make a nice full size circle. We have 2 more. You might feel this in your upper back, between your shoulder blades, down your arm. And there's a lot of tension. It tends to not be just in the neck. Now we're going to go side the other way. It also makes me much less dizzy if I close my eyes. So closing your eyes and trusting yourself. Is where you are today. Find the best, most successful place you can be. And hold. Now I want us to please do me a favor, and we're going to drop our nose to our chin, right, tuck that right to the chest. Just roll your shoulders back and down. Interlock them in that back. Think about them squeezing together. And hold. Walk your fingertips one little step back. Open and rise, heart to sky. Lift your fingertips, thumbs facing the ceiling, palms facing me. Inhale in and exhale. Kind of like the Titanic, right? Opening your chest and heart to the sky. Have your biggest inhale all day. And release. Let's take and tip our head to one side. This arm comes to the side. If you can, face the thumb up. Your shoulder is trying to come towards this ear without bringing it up, right? So we're trying to keep it down. If you want, you can lightly just let your hand rest on your head. No pulling, right? Just let the rest. So I want you to think about releasing your fingertips, releasing your fingers, shake them out. Open your heart to the sky. Take this elbow and make sure it's open. You should feel a massive stretch right here. If it gets uncomfortable, don't take your hand on there. You don't have to do that. The last level is you can lift your arm up, thumb facing the sky, palm facing me, and take your arm back 1/4 of an inch and hold for 10 seconds of pure silence. And slowly take the hand down, place the hand down and unravel. Let's shake it out a little bit. Raise your arms out. Shoulders are back and down. You might feel a nice big stretch through that back. Interlock the fingertips, please. Bring them closer, biceps towards ears. Look eyes to the sky and hold. Stretching out that whole back. Take an inhale in. Lengthen through the spine. Lengthen through the eyes. Lengthen the smile. Release the hip flexors and release. Wonderful. For this one, let's bring our feet out in front if we can. If you want to sit back on the mat all the way you can to keep your feet on a mat is absolutely fine. Slight knee bend or big knee bend if you want to bring your knees even up, that's up to you. But this time we're just going to do the same movement with the neck. We're going to go the other way though. We're going to take our head to one side, pointing or flexing the feet or relax them. You can do little circles here if you want, but you don't have to right now. I like to just concentrate on the neck. So I'm just going to release my feet to where they're natural neutral position. Take my hand down. And this one comes down, but it's the thumb is going to lift palms to sky. This is going to be harder to sit. So you got to sit through your sit bones. Raise the core to keep yourself nice and tall and release those hip flexors. I'm doing this personally to challenge you. It's a lot easier sometimes to keep those hip flexors close to us. When they go far away, they like to really tighten up. So think, how can I do that? Well, you can brace your core. You can bend your knees a little bit. You can move them around a little bit if you need to. And when you're ready, if you want, you can just gently place your hand on your head, lift your heart to the sky. If you want that little bit of extra, you can take that hand and palm facing me, thumb facing up 1 inch back, maybe a half an inch. We don't anyone nice life pains, right? We just want it to be comfortable. It might be kind of funky, but not pain. So wherever you're comfortable, find that place that you feel your body is talking to you and says, this feels good. For 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly come back up. Now, if you also want this in another position, I'm going to open my hips up a little bit while I do these next circles so we can bring ourselves into cobbler's pose. So our feet can come together, opening up the hips. It's okay if your knees are up here, no big deal. Just sit up nice and tall through the center. Reset yourself. If you want a sip of water, you can. And wherever you feel comfortable, we are going to do neck circles. Let's integrate our feet, get them warm, give ourselves a little bit of self-love in the feet. So a little bit of the self-massage through the Achilles tendon behind here. And we're going to do those neck circles, 5 on each side, and we're going to stay on each side, big to medium to small, and then the other side, big to medium to small. Each side 5. So when you're done with that, then you just kind of have a seat and go at your own pace. This is going to be self-led. So 5 of each, both sides, starting now. Remembering to breathe. And when you're done with 5, go to the medium size, letting the neck get as long as it can. Remind yourself to sit up tall. Counteract what the body wants to do. If the hip flexors want to take over, breathe. And then we're going to go the other way, find a new place to sit if you need to. That's up to you. You can even just bring your knees up if that feels more comfortable. A lot of times we don't spend this much time on our neck, and that's why it gets tight. Think about a massage. If you ever had a massage, sometimes they spend just 15 minutes alone just on this area. And release. Wonderful. One last little tidbit is if you want to do a little bit of this on your own in the next few weeks, these are some amazing things you can do, just 2 or 3 sets of the circles with the plate. I like to call them little circles in the sky. And then we can also take and do a lot of this like self-myofascial release. Please take and feel through your shoulder blade in here, back in here, up in here, and all the way up your neck, also behind this area. Now, with your fingertips, thumbs up if any of you can feel the tension pushing back at you when you just take and do this lightly to this area all the way up your neck. Can anyone feel that? If you are someone up me, I don't know if I can see it. I need to probably wear my glasses. But can you feel that? Like all the way through here up into the neck area. So you're going to come behind in the back area where you start to make little circles and push in like maybe just one little slight little bit, barely applying pressure, and then just slowly apply pressure, like as if you were giving a little bit of massage to yourself. I'm going to say thumbs up if you can feel that. Okay, awesome. And so you would go to the other side and the same thing would happen. Now watch, see how the shoulder wants to come forward? You want to roll it back and down, make sure there's space, and really let yourself, allow yourself the fingertips to start to dig in. This is going to be something it's like foam rolling yourself on your legs without a foam roller. This is something that you could do some amazing stuff with releasing through the neck, but you have to be able to know where your limit is, and you have to be able to apply, kind of remember that fingertip or fingers where it rubs back and forth, or the fingertips in and out like kneading, or you can just find a place that you feel something, like let's say you have a spot, same thing, you could just hold and watch. I don't know about you, but there's a space right between like where my neck meat and my shoulder bone is, like right in the rotator cuff area. There's a space that likes to get like real thick and tight. That area, I'm going to press in a little bit and take deep breaths in and out. And if you stay there for about 15 to 30 seconds, and then slowly start to make some energy there again with your fingertips and release. I don't know about you, but that feels so much better. So those are those little kind of tips you can do, you know, when someone says, or have someone with you can do it. But I sometimes think that we can give ourselves much better of a massage than we even realize. And actually you're getting a really nice bicep and tricep workout while you're doing it. So if you pay attention to squeezing your biceps and triceps, you actually feel a little bit of an arm workout, which is actually kind of cool. All right, let's do another one of these where we're just going to take and lift our heart to the sky, open up as much as you can. And now, can you please sit forward from the hips? This is when you want yourself to come towards the floor. If you want to be sitting with one foot stacked in front of the other or sitting cross-legged, I want you to come towards the floor, bending yourself towards the ground. Bring the hands if they can make contact without coming off those sit bones, and reach your chin towards your chest and hold. Slowly inhale in, lift up. And let's go towards tipping this way, looking over I guess it's your right knee. And we're gonna slowly, slowly, slowly come over, stretch out that side body stretch and hold. Trying to keep this hip towards the ground. Slowly reach back up to the center. Walk yourself towards the center. Lift your heart to the sky. One last time, let's go towards the side, the other side. Turn your eye gaze towards that other knee. So now you're at your left knee, I think it should be, if you're mirroring me. So to keep the hips down. And slowly rise yourself back up. Lift those arms right back up in their lock bend. Shoulder blades are together, eyes to the sky, and release. Wonderful. All right, guys, we're gonna go onto the ground, but before we do that, let's do one quick stretch while up here. Take the knee that is towards me, please. Have the knee towards me. Cross over this leg, okay, if you can. And when you're ready, you're gonna lift yourself towards the center. You may feel this in this bottom cheek. Take yourself up and around and look towards the side. You should feel a great big stretch all through this hip, all through this bottom right here. Please lift yourself through the center. If you want to more interlocking, you can interlock around. And if you want even more, you can start to look over that back shoulder. You can also take from the front towards the back for a full rotation. We're here for 30 more seconds. We're not going nowhere. So please try to keep your heel on the ground. Please try to keep yourself centered. And if you start to tip like this, try to really think about pressing through your core, bracing your core to lift your head and chest to the sky. Don't be afraid to press a little bit and get a little bit more of a stretch. Slowly come back around. Interlock those legs. Take this leg towards the front. So the knee is facing. Cross this leg over. Lift yourself up and around. Remember, we don't want to collapse, right? So you want to sit as tall as you can with this foot crossed over if possible. If you can't, then you can just bring it right here. It's no big deal. Look to the front, look to the back. If you want the front and to the back. Now slowly release. We are going to come towards all four. Walk to the middle of the mat. We are going to go just right here for just a second. I want you to take into neutral position. Let your toes tuck under. We're going to do a cat-cow. So we're going to take a deep breath in, inhale in. Let that belly fall. And now arch the back. Two more times, just like this. And last one. Shoulders are right over the hands. Knees are right under the hips. Tuck those toes under. Please lift the knees when ready and slowly go back into a downward dog, opening the forearms towards the front of the room. If you need to, you can keep a nice big knee bend. Let that head fall towards the floor, opening the chest, and let's walk out the feet for 10, 9, 8, 7, nice and easy. and hold. Let's just try to hold a stillness position for 10 seconds. Breathe. Slowly, we're going to bring ourselves back down to our knees. Lift ourselves up from the side. Please, let's stretch our feet before we go any further. Tuck those toes under. And all I want you to do is sit here with your toes separated, lifting your heart to the sky, and hold. Separating those toes, make each point go onto the ground. Knees are facing forward. If you want, you can reach back around for one and the other and look towards the foot. Little nice spinal rinse. For two more. And last one. All right. Let's come to the ground, please, when you can. Slowly lower yourself towards the ground. If at any time you want to use a strap, you can to help you for a deeper stretch at any point you can. Otherwise, we're going to go first into, I'll try to stay sideways a little bit. All we're going to do is roll back right now. Readjust yourself onto the ground. Get yourself to a place where you feel comfortable on the ground, okay? I'm going to take this foot and we're going to cross over, opening like the letter, or I should say hip opener, I should say. Just lift it up. Hip bones are facing the ceiling. I'm going to reach through and thread the needle and pull to open up for a hip opening stretch. This leg can either stay straight or bent. But if you can, try to straighten it. And we're going to slowly start to take and lower our leg down and start to slowly bring it back up. Lowering the leg down, bracing the core, pushing into the lower back, and bring it back up. And when you reach me down here, hold. It should make the number 4 on the ground. If you think about like making almost the number 4, your one leg is out, the other leg is crossed over. Hip flexors are released. Hip points are facing the ceiling. Lower back is in the ground. Take and open your heart to the sky. Your hands are to like the letter T. And if you can, all I want you to do is please try to reach the arm up to the center and slowly reach it across the body and then take it back down. And then we're gonna reach this one over as far as it can, like opening and closing a book. Open and close. Wonderful. All right, bend that knee, bring it back in. If you want, you can reset and press a little bit on this leg that's up in the sky, but you do not have to. Let's do a few circles with this ankle. So make a few circles. 1, 2, 3. And now let's go the other way. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Slowly bring it towards you and then release, taking the leg down, crossing the other leg over, opening up the hip. And when you're ready, if you want, you can lift it up to the sky, grab through, thread the needle and hold behind the thigh. You can also straighten that leg, right? Or leave it here. We hold for 30 seconds. Pressing through the lower back. all the while remembering to breathe. And when you're ready, if you want, you can release and just lower that leg down and then come back up. Lower the leg down and up. And this time when you lower, you're gonna go all the way down to the ground, opening into the letter or number 4. Maybe this time looks more like a 4. If you look up, kind of actually looks like a 4. Your lower back is glued into the ground, okay? So you want to think about it being like a nice, strong foundation. Your neck is facing the sky. I'm looking towards you so you can hear me, right? But for the most part, I want my neck to be in line with spine. Shoulders away from the ears. Lift those hands in the sky this time. And we're going to go over the head, touching our thumbs to the back, and then we're going to bring them all the way down and touching our palms forward. So a nice, amazing lengthening of the body while opening up that hip. You don't even know what's happening because you're too excited about doing these arm stretches. Bend the elbow slightly if you need it. One more. And release. All right, wonderful. Bring this leg up, set both knees in, grab and lift, nose towards knee and hold. Shoulder blades come off the ground. And release. All right, can you do me a favor and find your feet grounded on the ground? Keep the knees a little bit separate. Pretend you're squeezing a ball between your knees. You're going to slowly, palms facing up or down, whatever you feel best with. Slowly lift your hips towards the sky. Walk those feet under towards the bottom, and we're going to do a nice bridge. If you feel comfortable just letting your hands rest here, that's fine. Squeeze the bottom. And we're going to pulse 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and now hold in the sky, squeeze between the knees, brace the core, and slowly lower one vertebrae at a time. Bringing the knees in to give them a break. Try to grab on actually right between, not right on the knee or right on the ankle, but right between. And now please extend one leg out. For the first, you can do it this way or here, okay? And this leg is going to stay in. We're going to bring the knee towards the chest, lift the nose towards the knee and hold. And we are going to alternate. So I want you to think about when you bring your knee up, and then as you're going slow enough, you rest your knee, legs and switch and then bring the knee up. If you want your head to have a break, you go slow or keep yourself lifted for more of an ab workout. Brace the core, alternating. 3, 2, and 1. Bring yourself back down. Place the feet down. Lengthen this leg. Bring it back in, but this time you're going to grab under and bring it towards kind of like the armpit area. So now we have a little bit of opening. This is actually a great rinse out for our intestinal system. Seems kind of interesting, right? But the more you want to open it towards that armpit area, so a little bit wider than usual. It's not like a chin to chest kind of thing. And then slowly, if you want to do this, you can bend the knee. And if you want, you can grab on the outside and bring it into more like a one-legged happy baby, or leave the leg long and open. So I'm grabbing through the outside of my foot, bending the knee, hips towards the ceiling. And if you feel better, maybe grabbing a hold on the inside if that's more comfortable. I want you to think about just kind of relaxing, moving it a little bit around. I like to call it flossing and floss in the bottom area. And then slowly grab underneath again, release your feet and hold. Take this leg over, cross the body. You should feel that nice, massive stretch here. Don't push it too far. Keep this arm up, palm up. If you can make contact, great, but don't have to press it, okay? Just let it relax. And look, my knee wants to be up here. If it wants to relax a bit further down, that's okay. Your main goal is to keep the shoulder blades on the ground. If they start to come up and start to roll over, we're not doing that yet, okay? And they will in a second though. So in about 3 seconds, I'm gonna take a neat inhale in, and on the exhale, I want you to bring your arm over with the knee over. Now we are gonna roll all the way open and then all the way closed. And all the way open and all the way closed. For 3, for 2, and for 1. Awesome. Take this foot, let's switch it up. Take that leg out, bring this knee in, knee to nose. That's 2 reps of 10. So again, if you want to tuck your chin to chest, brace the core, lift your shoulder blades off, we have an ab workout, kind of Pilates move. Pointing the toes, or point and flex. For 3, for 2, and 1. Let this leg come up, grab underneath and bring it more a little bit wide towards the kind of, I don't know how to say it, but kind of, I guess, underneath your arm. I should say that. I could say that instead of armpit, but it's the same area. Let yourself feel this nice stretch to a hip flexor. Big inhales in and out through the nose. If at any point you're ready for this and you want to grab on the outside of the foot and bring the knee to a 90-degree bend, foot facing the ceiling for a happy baby, single leg. Also, you can bend the knee if that creates a little less tension in the hip flexor. So many options. For me, I do like the stretch. I feel like I get a stretch here and here. A nice inhale through the nose and exhale through the nose. Slowly allow yourself to grab underneath there again. And all we're going to do is cross over and just hold. We're not going to move our arms yet. We're just letting this leg fall towards the front. Ooh, my ankle just back. Keep yourself engaged. And now we're going to come towards the front, kind of rolling on purpose on the hip. And we're going to come and close it with the hands. And then we're going to open it all the way back up. And then we're going to come back and close it for 3, for 2. Brace that core to get yourself over. Brace your core. You're welcome for the core workout. Come on, you got it. And 1. Wonderful. Bring both the knees in. Grab underneath both. Open them wide. Feet start to face towards the ceiling. We're going to head in towards the happy baby. I'm facing on the side on purpose, okay? So think this. You know how to think about this. How do you grab on the outside of one and the outside of the other, and you can now open yourself towards the sky if you want. You can have some energy here if you want in the toes. You can also kind of bend the knees and just kind of like roll or rock side to side, giving that lower back massage to yourself. For the next 30 seconds, I'm going to be completely silent. Please find a place that you feel open and that you can allow yourself to just have a sense of peace. And I want you to slowly bring the feet together towards the ceiling, straighten out the legs, point and flex. Try to keep yourself grounded. My bottom arm is the lift, point and flex, point and flex, and point and flex. Gently roll to one side, press yourself up. I am just going to check the time. Take a sip of water, please. That's a lot of stretching. I thought, funny, you spend one or two things and the time goes by so fast, I swear. That's the problem in life, is we don't spend too much time on one thing, right? The goal for today for you guys was to find that spot. Those are hip, bottom, back, neck stretches. Let's drop ourselves back into child's pose that you can use every day. Allow your head to rest. But give ourselves a little bit of a head, nice massage right along the forehead. So take your forehead, place it down, and just allow yourself to roll side to side on that head, a little by little. Can you please take and make hands with your hands, or bring them together. Walk your elbows in. Head is on the mat, and you're going to slowly lift them up to get yourself a tricep stretch. So please leave yourself down on the ground. Lift these together up. And if this is as far as you can go, please do not press it any further. Walk your elbows in towards your head. Press yourself away from your body into the mat, hips back and down into those ankles. Inhaling in. Slowly release yourself. Lift yourself up and thread the needle through. We're going to bend this elbow. Nice shoulder stretch. Looking towards one side. Run a little bit more. You can always kind of open the shoulder blades here. And then come back up. Thread yourself through the other side, bending this arm and elbow. Kind of having a nice light lift to the fingertips. Slowly lift yourself up to center. Let's walk ourselves out towards our stomach. Allow ourselves to fall towards the ground, nose towards the ground, feet together. Squeeze that bottom together. The hands are right at the chest area. Elbows are tucked in. And let's slowly just lift ourselves up a little bit for baby cobra. Lift our hands off the ground, squeezing our back, the posterior chain, the bottom, pointing those toes together, squeezing between the shoulder blades. Slowly release back down. One more time, lift and hold. And this time, if you want, you can go a little bit further in that cobra. You can come up a little bit to upper dog. You want a little bit more for yourself in the spine, or you can stay right there just for a little bit. And, or you can always come into that Sphinx pose, lifting the heart to the sky, rounding to the back, eye gaze towards the sky. Please slowly bring your head towards the ground. Press yourself back. We're going to come to one side, back into our seated position as we started, wherever that was for you. We're going to reach all the way up again. Make a big circle in the sky for 3, for 2, and last one all the way up. And release. Wonderful. I hope you guys had a good stretch. Please, please, please use them through the next few weeks. Your foam rollers, all the things you guys know to use, yoga straps, the stuff that you're familiar with. Please don't be afraid to use them. If you guys send me on Facebook dashboard through Facebook and want to private message me for some exercise ideas, I will definitely try to check that through the next few weeks. Feels like it's going to be a long time. So I have no issue with that. But yeah, just try to get through some of this stuff for even 10, 15 minutes a day. If you're doing it now, remind yourself, why can't you do it next week, right? We used to do it too, by the way, on Wednesdays. So, you know, on Wednesdays, I make myself stretch for an hour because every Wednesday for almost, 7 months, 6 months, I think, it was most of quarantine, we all were together on Wednesdays for an entire hour too. So think of it that way, like how much time can you take for yourself this week, okay?
Okay.
I guess I'll say Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everybody now. I plan to see you all in the new year. So stay well, stay safe.
Okay.
Thank you.
Let me know if you guys need anything, any ideas or anything, okay? Or just keep me posted on what you're doing to stretch.
Okay.
Okay.
The mind and the body, right?
Right.
All right. Take care.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, guys. Take care. Thanks again.
Okay.
Thanks, Helga. Thanks, Therese. Bye.